What do you do if a new customer is not happy or actually wants a refund after they purchase? Now, when your customers complain, the first reaction with most salespeople is they often want to argue their point and try to show them the facts of why they are right. Rather than you trying to win the argument, why don't you ask questions that allow your customer to overcome their own complaints? How do you do that? Let's talk about it first. When a client is upset, maybe the product was faulty, maybe the service didn't work like you said it would, maybe customer service in your company is average or just plain sucks, whatever the reason is, the customer just wants to be heard. Arguing with them will do you little to no good. You see, when a customer is upset, their emotions are like facts to them. Arguing will only inflame the situation. Your goal should be to win the relationship with the client, not the argument. Now, during the first phase of the crisis, you have to ask NEPQ questions. If you do this, you will learn needed information and also create an ally in solving the challenge with them. Now, here are a few sample questions that you can ask. How about this one? Sally, what happened exactly, just so I understand? You see, this question helps you show empathy and lets the prospect talk out their frustrations. Letting them vent helps them get it off their chest by just asking the question and listening to them. When they vent, they start to open up to you. How about this question? John, I apologize that this happened. What would you like to see done at this point so that we can correct this for you? You see, this is a question to ask after they've vented to allow them to come up with a solution on their own. Now, it might be something that you cannot do, but at least you know what they're after and can make suggestions after you hear them out. How about this question? Let me do it in this way. Watch my tone. John, this is upsetting to me. How soon can we meet to discuss this in person? Now, especially if you sell in a B2B, more of a complex selling environment, you want to try and meet them in person to discuss options. If you're selling B2C, you can probably just help them resolve the concern over the phone if it's on a lower priced purchase. How about this question? John, would it help you if I did some fact finding and then got back together to you to discuss some possible actions that could take care of this for you? See how we did that? This question shows that you are there for them and you're going to work for them to see what can be done. Now, after going through all of that, if they still want a refund, which of course you wouldn't want to do, you simply ask an NEPQ consequence question like this. So how are you going to blank, repeat back what they said they wanted, if you don't have blank, repeat back your solution? Now, let me give you an industry-specific example so you can see how it's structured. Let's say in this example that you sell cars and they buy it, and 2 days later they say, I don't want the car, I want to return it. Here's how you'd position it. So, John, how are you going to save money on gas driving back and forth to work every day if you don't have this car that gets 45 miles to the gallon? You see how I'm attaching the solution, car with great gas mileage, to solving their problem. Let's say their problem was they said they were spending a lot of money on gas commuting, if that's what they said they were after. Let me give you another example. Let's say that you sell real estate education to people who want to leave their job and make more money in real estate. So how are you going to be able to leave your job if you don't learn the skills necessary to become a full-time investor so that you can make more money? You see how I'm attaching the solution, real estate training, to solving their problem, which they said was getting out of the job to make more money. All right, we just went over what questions to ask if your customer is not happy and wants a refund. And that is your tip for the day.